Okay, this is H4 day 1, and in this list we're learning when to double the letter in the middle of a word when we're adding a suffix on. So in all of these words we're adding ed or ing, so let's choose 2 highlighters. In hopping we're going to highlight the ing, mopping the ing. You can highlight with me as we go. Ing, ing makes the ing sound at the end of a word. So we're adding ing to all of those. Now we're going to go back and we're going to highlight the ed. So we've got hopped. It says t, but we know it says it. We write ed. Mopped, sounding like a t, but we know we're writing ed on the end. Patted, we're hearing the ud sound for the ed. Fanned, we're hearing the dut sound. Pinned, we're hearing the dut sound, but we know to write ed. Okay, so they're the endings. Now, in all of these short words, they're quite easy to spell. So hop, mop, pat, fan, pin are all nice easy words for you to spell. You would have learnt how to spell them quite some time ago. So let's colour that double consonant in all these. So how do we know when to double that last letter or not in all these words? But in all of these we have doubled the last letter of the base word. And why are we doing that, and how do we know when to do that? Well, one of the things is that each of these words is making is one syllable word. So we've got hop, mop, pat, fan, pin. So the first thing is it has to have one syllable. The next thing we have to do is to look at if this is a short vowel here. And let's colour in those short vowels in each of these words. So we've got it. Okay, and then the next thing is that we have to look for is, does the base word, hop, end in one consonant? Yes, there's usually only, if we take that end bit off, there's only one consonant there. So we've got a consonant, yes, one consonant. Before we've added the other bits on, we've had one consonant in each of those. Each of those short words, 3-letter words, ends in one consonant. And then the next thing we have to look at is, does the bit we add on, the suffix, start with a vowel? Yes, I is a vowel, E is a vowel. So I and E are all vowels, so we've got 4 ticks. So let's just check that off. Up here, are all these words one syllable? Yes, we take off the bit that we've added on, they are one syllable, tick. Do they all have a short vowel in that syllable? Yes, they do. Did each of them, before we added the bit on the end, all end in one consonant? Yes, they did. And the suffixes, or the bit we add on, did they all start with a vowel? Yes, they did. So if you get 4 ticks, you know you have to double that last letter of the base word before you add the suffix or that bit, that ending on. So let's go through and look at the meanings of these words. They're pretty easy for you. We don't need to spend a lot of time on them. Hopping just means that you can stand on one leg and hop, lift the other leg up, and you're going to go up in the air and come down on the same leg. So that's hopping. And hopped just means you've already done it. Mopping is where you use a mop to clean the floor. Patting is just where you may pat an animal or pat something down with your hand. Fanning, if it's a hot day, you might fan your face. And pinning is just where you pin something to a wall or a board or something. So the meanings of these words are quite simple. It's learning this process of knowing when to double a letter or not. And I say this is probably one of the most important things you're going to learn in spelling, because it applies to so many words. Now you're starting to write longer words, you're going to really need this information to get the spelling right. So let's sound these words, read them, sound them, spell them. We're going to cover them, write them 3 times and then check them. So we've got, let's break them into syllables, hop, ing, and if we split them, we're splitting them between the 2 consonants is where we always split our syllables. It don't have to be the same consonant, but in all of these words they are. Because these are a short vowel, we have to close the syllable with a consonant on each of these. So hop, ping, we'll divide them into their syllables. H-O-P-P-I-N-G. 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 Cover it and write it. And you can write it 3 times. Off you go. You can finish the rest of them. Okay, H4 day 2, we're revising when to double the last letter of a base word before you add a suffix to the end of the word. So you're going to need lots of colours for this one. Let's do it together. Choose a colour for the ing and colour the ing in these words. One colour. Then choose another colour and colour in the ed. We're adding a vowel suffix to these words. Ing and ed. Id both start with a vowel. Then colour in the short vowel in the base word of each of these, a different colour. So the O in hop, the O in mop, the A in pat, the A in fan, and the I in pin. Then get another colour and we're going to colour in the double consonant in all of these words. So the double P, the double T, the double N, in all of them. Now, the other thing, we need another colour and we're going to be colouring in the short word, the part of this word that makes a short sound. So in hopping and hop, we've got a short word, one syllable. Hop is a short word, mop is a short word, pat is a short word, fan is a short word, one syllable, pin has one syllable, it's a short word as well. So we know there's 4 things we know we have to have to double the last letter of a base word before adding a vowel suffix. So let's go through and remind ourselves what they are. So first of all, we have to look at, is the word a short word? Yes, we know these words are all short vowels, short words. Do they have a short vowel in the middle of the base word? Yes, it is a short vowel in all of these and we've coloured them all in. Does each of the base words, hop, mop, pat, fan, pin, do they all have one consonant at the end of the base word? Yes, they do. The 4th tick is the bit we add on the suffix, the ed or the ing, do they start with a vowel? Yes, they all start with a vowel. If we get 4 ticks, we know that it's right to double that last letter of the base word before we add the suffix. So I've got hopping, hopped, mopping, mopped, patting, patted, fanning, fanned, pinning, pinned. So let's read the word, sound the word, spell the word, and then we're going to cover it, write it and check it. So I've got h-o-p-p-i-n-g, H-O-P-P-I-N-G. Cover it and write it. You can finish the rest of those. Fill in the gaps with the missing list word and find it in the word search. Dad is, now it's to mop. Dad is something up the mess. Dad is mops up the mess. No, Dad is mopping up the mess. Yes, or mopped up the mess. No, mopping sounds better. So you've got to find it in the word search and circle it or highlight it, mopping. And you can finish the rest of them, but the hints are at the end of each sentence for you. Use the correct words in the sentences. The frog is something to the pond. The frog is pinned, pining, hopping, hopped, hoping, hoped to the pond. The frog is hopping to the pond, hopping. So you have to write in the word and cross it off here so you know which ones you've still got to go. You can finish that on your own. H4 day 3, we're looking at when to double the last letter of a base word before we add a vowel suffix. So let's look at the base words in all of these. Hopping comes from the word and hopped come from the word hop. So let's underline the base word. Mopping and mopped come from the base word mop. Patting and patted come from the base word pat. Fanning and fan come from the base word fan. and pinning and pinned come from the base word pin. Now, the first thing we know towards working out if we need to double the last letter of a base word is to ask ourselves, are they one-syllable words? Are they short words? And we've got our first tick. Yes, they are. The next thing we have to do is to choose a different colour, and we're going to highlight if all of these words have a short vowel. Hopping, the op in hop is a short vowel, so we're going to highlight that. The op in mop is a short vowel, so we're going to highlight that. In patting, we've got a short at, and patted, short at. In fan, we've got a short at sound, and fan. Pinning, the base word pin has a short it sound, so we can highlight those. Change colours again. Now, in some words, we're adding a ing, so let's go through and highlight them one colour. Or the ing. Change colours, and we're going to add colour in the ed, a different colour. So let's keep going through our process. We know all of those base words were one syllable. We know that they all had a short vowel, and we were adding a vowel suffix, and to know that we doubled that letter, we knew we had to have short word, short vowel, one consonant at the end of the base word. Yes, we had that. And we're adding a vowel suffix. So when you get the 4 ticks, you know you're right in doubling that last letter of the base word. So let's read the word, sound the word, spell the words, and write them. So we're going to go hopping, hop, ing, hopping, and you have to cover it before you write it. And then you can finish the rest of those. So it's a bit laborious at this stage. It takes a bit of thinking at the moment, but over time you're just going to look at a word and say, oh, it's not a short word. Oh, it's not a short vowel sound. Oh, we're not adding a vowel suffix. So you'll soon be able to shortcut that whole process and do that quite easily, but it takes quite a bit of practice before you get to that point. Now, in the next bit, we have to find the alphabetical order of these 4 words. So you're looking at the first letter of these words, and if you say the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, you can see our first word would be fan, because that's the first letter we come across as we're saying the alphabet. So fan, you'd write there. So keep saying the alphabet on from F, and you'll find the next word and the next and next. Okay, verb families, we're following the pattern. So you know here we're writing the base word. Here we're adding S, here we're adding the ing, and here we're adding the ed. So we know we have already worked out we have 4 ticks for all of those, so you know you're going to be doubling that last consonant of the base word before you add the ing and the ed here. So follow that pattern all the way through. Here, rhyming words, so you've just got to work out what the ending is. So let's highlight it. So in these ones, you'd be adding opping. In these ones, you'd be adding and. These ones inning. These ones atted. These ones opt. These ones anning. And these ones eined. So you're going to use that first letter with the other bit added on. So we go from hopping to shopping. So just add the opping. We'd go from fanned to manned. He manned the aircraft. Pinned to grinned. Pinning to spinning. So you just have to add on that other part of the word to make up a whole word. You can finish those, they're quite easy for you to do on your own. H4, day 4, we're revising when to double the last letter of a base word before you add a vowel suffix. So it's the doubling rule, and this is probably one of the most important things you'll learn in spelling. So the rule alert says when a word ends in a short vowel and one consonant, you double the final consonant before adding a vowel suffix. So the vowel suffixes are ed, ing, er, eny, for example. So step 1 is to ask yourself, is the base word one syllable? So let's go through. Run. Is the base word one syllable? Run. Yes, it is. So we tick it. Does it have a short vowel sound? Yes, is a short vowel sound, so we tick that box. Step 3, and we're looking at the base word for all of these first 3 steps. Step 3, does the base word end in one consonant? Yes, there's only an N at the end after the vowel, so we tick that box. Now we're looking at the suffix. If we make it say running, does the suffix ing start with a vowel? Yes, it does. If you get 4 ticks, you tick that one, and when you write running, you know you're going to double that last letter of the base. So let's go. Hopping. We're looking at the base word first for the first 3 ticks. Hop. Is it one syllable? Hop. Yes, it is. Does it have a short vowel? Is a short vowel? Yes, it is. Is there one consonant at the end of the base word? Yes, there's only a P there, so yes. Is it a vowel suffix? Yes, the suffix starts with a vowel. The vowel is I, so we tick that. Did we get 4 ticks so far? Yes. That means we are going to double that last letter of the base word to make it say hop in. Now this next one is a tricky one. So the word is hope, and we want to make it say hoping. So is it a one syllable word? Hope. Yes, it is a one syllable word. Does it make a short vowel? No, the E is making that vowel make a long sound. So as soon as you get across, you know that you're not going to be doubling that last letter. But we've got another rule coming in. The E is also there to make that vowel a long sound, but we know that E goes away when ing comes to stay. So you would be writing H-O-P-I-N-G there. So the E goes away when we add the ing. Okay, let's go. Shampooing. Is it a one syllable word? Shampoo. No. So you don't need to do any parts there. Go straight to the end, put your cross, and write shampooing. You're not going to double the last letter of the base word. Scratch. Is it a one syllable word? Scratch. Yes, it is. Does it have a short vowel? Scratch. At is a short vowel? Yes. Does the base word end in one consonant? No, it ends in 3 consonants, T, C and H. So no, we get a cross there. Don't have to worry about these other 2 columns. As soon as you get a cross, put your cross there, and you can write scratching, and you know you're not going to double the last letter of the base word. Okay, reading. Is it a one syllable word? Yes. Does it have a short vowel? Is E a short vowel? No, it's not. As soon as you get across, you don't have to do anything more. Put your cross here and write reading without doubling the last letter of the base word. You can finish the rest of those on your own.